You think we're going to World War III?
I mean, I think it's inevitable because
I do too.
they want to have war.
They need it.
We don't produce.
They're all invested in it.
Yeah, we don't make anything but bombs, Halliburton, Raytheon. So when our biggest industry is selling military equipment, then it benefits us. Like that's what they tell us in school books. Like, oh, the war helped the economy, and you're like, huh? How is that? Oh, it's because we sold all the bullets, we made all the bombs,
To both sides.
and then we go and blow them up, and then we got to recharge all of the taxpayers for these bombs. So listen, the people are like,
and then nation build after.
oh yeah, we bring democracy. Yet when Hillary Clinton killed Muammar Gaddafi in Libya, now there's actually slave auctions. And as a matter of fact, he built a dam that gave water to millions of Africans in inner Africa, and she blew up that dam that gave clean water to hospitals to the ruralest parts of Africa. That's demonic.
She's amazing. She's the best.
It is demonic.
Make an African kid starve and dehydrate himself to death because you have personal beef with.
Where did all those kids go? They went to the underground house.
They're Epstein's Island. They just went to Epstein Island. All you can eat buffet. That's all they had to do. It's a buffet. All you can eat. They're like, oh, I want to go.
Fucking straw in the kid's head.
They like that melanin.
Yeah, there's something to that. There is something.
They do.
Well, Mom says it's because those kids have never had the Roundup, so
they've never been treated with Roundup.
Or they're probably a lot
their
of
livers are far more sweeter.
Or Xanax. By the way, I want to go back to that real quick.
But they did all the testing in the 50s on Africans.
Well, yeah, and Bill Gates was still.
He's still doing it.
He's still doing it with all those.
And everybody's like, we love the Democrats. They're the party of freedom. Well, Bill Gates killed more children in Africa.
Yeah,
for us. So we can have iPods.
Yeah, well,
whatever the fuck they're calling
and they care about the environment. Yet, all these battery cars, they have to use slave labor to
children
to mine it.
They're like, oh well.
Yeah, oopsie poopsie.
Oh well.
Well, I think we covered everything.
No, we didn't.
No, we haven't covered anything.
I'm joking. No, that's one of my jokes. Is you guys start and then you go 50 fucking like we had 9/11. We spent half a second on 9/11 being an inside job. You guys gotta.
Well, I talked about Operation Northwoods.
No, because you were changing the subject around. Let's
go back to
no, I was just saying.
No, go back to Northwoods.
That basically what happens is you're speaking about Hitler, but Hitler made famous the false flag attack, where you attack yourself under your enemy's flag, and then basically, oh, well, we got to go fight that. So they've had plans to do this all along. I mean, really, you could talk about COVID. That could be arguably a false flag where you get your own people sick in order. What you do is you scare people because you want them to trade their freedom for safety. And in the end, you're not going to have freedom. You're not going to have safety, especially if it's dealing with the government. So that's why with 9/11, that was the beginning. Like, that was the start of the New World Order. And I'm sure, obviously, they had plans before that. But for me, that was like their ritual. It was basically a snuff film. We all watched it. We all watched people die. Everybody had an emotional response. And then it said, well, let's go and kill them Iraqis. And you had us like, it was a brainwashing, and it worked.
Yeah,
I
was going to join the military.
Well, yeah, because it's always trauma inflicted, and then they introduce
trauma-based mind control is what they call it.
Right.
MK Ultra.
Yeah, MK
and
Ultra.
It's been unceasing since 9/11.
Yeah,
on the American public.
And they were doing it before.
But nobody ever
before.
puts it together. What happens to people in other parts of the world as a result of us giving into this government?
Well, see, it comes from the Bible. It comes from the Tower of Babel. And in that, Nimrod wanted to build a kingdom to heaven to basically kill God. And what God did is, he made them disperse all into different tribes, or they couldn't communicate. So they want to reverse engineer that plan, because if they have us under one ruler, one currency, then they have that control, and the person that's really in control is Satan. And that sounds crazy, but there's no...
No, I believe everything.
That's what we talk about all the time.
Yeah.
I think so, too.
You're over the target.
Yeah, I mean, that's literally the beast system that they want to have. And that's why, like, this digital currency, all this stuff, the next...
That friggin' Schloss von Klaus.
Oh,
God.
He looks like the devil.
And he wants to eat bugs. You'll own nothing and be happy.
I love the outfit he wears. Like, he wants to be nefarious.
Oh, yeah, he's leaned into it. They're not... Same with George Soros.
Yeah.
He's sending his gay son all around to do all this stuff. They know what they're doing. They're not dummies. They're
laughing at us.
Yeah, because they're the wrestling villain, the heel, the Hulk Hogan, or Hulk Hogan was a good guy. The Undertaker, they like being the bad guy because they don't care.
Actually, Hulk Hogan was a heel.
Yeah, he went Hollywood Hogan.
order. NWO.
NWO. He did turn heel.
Truth in movies and truth in wrestling.
Yeah. Hey, wrestling's a great one.
Wrestling is so killer.
Oh, it's the best.
But like, can we just
My
educate
used to
people
watch it
about
all the time.
PNAC?
And she'd say,
No one.
Gotcha.
Project for a New American Century.
I'm trying.
No. But I actually want to talk about wrestling. But they had this plan too. They want to invade the 7 biggest threats.
Yeah.
But they have it in writing that we need a Pearl Harbor style attack, and that was Condoleezza Rice. Wolfowitz was in that.
Yeah.
All the people, Rumsfeld, I believe,
they were all in on that.
They wrote this.
Joe Biden is one of the co-signers on the Project for a New American Century, and he's the president.
And so 9/11 was their plan.
And not one person lost their job after 9/11. As a matter of fact, all the people got raises, and nobody lost their job.
Nope.
So
I mean, they tell you.
I
right to your
like how
face.
Reagan broke the Air Traffic Controllers Union 10 years before that, and I said, you know what's going to happen? Because I mean, I'm a Jew, so I'm like, Israel would never do that. It's going to open America to terrorism, and that's exactly what it did.
No, you're right. And then,
of course, they were working both sides of the street. I mean, those people, they're psychopaths, so they work both sides of the street. Like I used to call it the, what was it? The Cinnabons Jenny Craig consortium.
They have the skinny place and the fat place.
Right,
because it's the same customer, it really is. The person's desperate to lose weight, but they're stressed and they go, that's double dipping for sure. But it's funny you bring up Ronald Reagan, because in one of his State of the Union addresses, he even said that in order to become a global, society, we need an existential threat like an alien attack. He said this in his speech. And then now we're hearing all this alien stuff. That's all bullshit. And aliens, if an alien exists, it's a demon, I think, that came from hell or heaven. It's not some terrestrial being, like they want us to think it's E.T.
I think it's what they're creating in them dumbs.
Or something. I mean,
it's a Jeffrey Epstein spawn.
Seriously.
They're taking their sperm and, well, you know what they're really working on.
They make chimeras. No, they really are doing this stuff because they want to be able, so you can make a heart.
I know what they're really working on, though, because every time when I have a question in my mind, and my son, he probably don't know it, but my sister does. Well, I go on Shabbat, Do you keep the Shabbat?
Well, my rabbi, my attorney, well, I'm not,
Your attorney.
My attorney, John Gross, he keeps me tight. I have to celebrate with him. I try to fast. What was it? Was that last week, 2 weeks ago? The Jewish holiday. I try to follow some of it. But this is one thing. Actually, let's speak about this. I think that is the biggest travesty that they do on young people is they want to hide the existence of God. They want to make you think that you're just some cosmic accident. I heard you talking to Blair about this. She's like, I don't know if I can believe in God. First of all, at one point you had 8,000 grandparents. You had so much shit had to go exactly right for us to even be in this room.
Right, exactly.
And so they just try to, that's an accident. We already won the lottery of life and there is a creator, but they make a kid. They say, you evolved from pond scum. Your life has no meaning. It doesn't matter if you're gay. It doesn't matter if you cut off your...
You'll never make it because people hate you and everyone who looks like you.